Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. The Super Mario Bros. Movie had another very good weekend at the box office. This being its third weekend in release, the movie earned another $58.2 million domestically, which, like its second weekend, was only a 37% drop from the previous weekend. The movie also remained the number one movie at the box office domestically for a third consecutive weekend, outpacing the openings of Evil Dead Rise and Guy Ritchie's The Covenant by considerable amounts. To date, the movie has earned $434.3 million domestically, which just by itself is well above the movie's estimated break-even point. Internationally, the movie took in another $112 million, which was a 28.7% drop from its second weekend, which is considerably higher than the 9.2% drop in international box office that the film enjoyed between its first and second weekends. Consequently, the film has earned a total of $442.1 million internationally, which still doesn't include earnings from South Korea and Japan because the film doesn't open in those markets until April 26th and April 28th, respectively. So the movie's international box office should grow considerably next weekend with the addition of those two markets, where the Super Mario Bros. Video game has been extremely popular. Globally, the movie has now earned $876.4 million to date, and remains the highest-grossing movie for 2023 so far, and only needs to earn another $123.6 million globally to reach $1 billion, which it may very well do by next weekend since it will be open in both South Korea and Japan at that time. I'm keeping a close eye on this movie's box office to know when it reaches $1 billion. In terms of records, domestically, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is now the fifth highest grossing animated movie of all time, and will likely surpass the fourth highest, which is 2004's Shrek 2, within the next 2 weeks, provided that its domestic box office remains strong. Among the animated movies that the Super Mario Bros. Movie has surpassed in the domestic highest grossing animated movies list are 2019's Toy Story 4, 1994's The Lion King, 2010's Toy Story 3, 2013's Frozen, and 2003's Finding Nemo, all of which are Disney or Disney Pixar movies. In terms of movies based on games, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is not only the number one game-based movie of all time worldwide, it has now earned double the global box office of what the number two movie earned on that list, and that's 2016's Warcraft, which only earned $438.9 million globally during its theatrical run. I will also share an update on Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, which now into its fourth weekend at the box office has only earned around $178 million globally, which is about what I projected this weekend's earnings would be in the video that I released a week ago talking about these two movies. In terms of how much money this movie may potentially earn by the time its theatrical run ends, I have slightly revised the projection that I made last week of a final global box office of $208 million to a potential final global box office of around $214 million, which is still very far below what the film actually needs to break even. As I had said in the video that I had released last week, there just wasn't enough overall interest in Dungeons & Dragons from the general public to justify this film's exorbitant production budget of $150 million. So this film remains on course for being one of the biggest flops of 2023. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.